And what's up, everybody? It's Joey Bags. So, I got another video today. I know I was a little quiet during the weekend. I know I had that Saturday night stream. Um, it was actually really super nice. To all of you that participated, to all of you that watched it after the VOD, whether you watched it on YouTube or Twitch, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. After that live stream, I went into bed and I couldn't quite fall asleep. Good thing it was Saturday night. So I ended up staying up till about 4 in the morning, I think, watching a movie. What did I watch? I think I ended up watching Top Gun, the new Top Gun. Ended up falling asleep and got up the next day. Spent some time with the family. The kids went off to my sister-in-law's for a bit, so they had a super great time there. And my wife and I were just home and we watched John Wick. We watched John Wick 2, 3, and 4 because we had actually watched John Wick 1 the day before at our friend's house when we went to go hang out on Saturday. So I finally got to watch, excuse me, John Wick 4. She got to catch up on all the John Wick movies with me, and she thoroughly enjoyed it. So I was actually really, really happy about that. It was nice to have another movie that we can enjoy together other than like the Marvel movies. So Sunday was a day that I just kind of chilled at home with the family and relaxed. So no video, no live stream. Today, back to work, but the kids were off. So they had a dentist appointment. I had some stuff to do. So unfortunately, no live streaming tonight. It's actually a little bit past midnight. And I just wanted to get this video. I just wanted to do a video just because I skipped yesterday. And also there's some news and some stuff that's coming out that I want to talk to you guys about. Uh so if you want the too long didn't watch, I'm gonna be talking about Lemans Ultimate, which drops actually at 7 a.m. for us on the East Coast, um, on today the 20th. I'm going to talk about Fanatec as usual. So that's going to be in the discussion. Turtle Beach will actually be in the discussion also. And just kind of some, you know what? And I'm also going to tell you how much I love the Cammus C5. So if you want the too long didn't watch, that's what's going to happen. If you want to skip ahead, I usually don't put points in here. You can just scrub and you'll find, what you're looking for. Today in the background, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run some hot laps. Let's get into it. We're going to do some hot laps in RENNSPORT. So I know I don't actually race in this sim often, especially waiting as long as I did for my beta code, because the sim is technically still in beta. So I'm on the Singapore street course that they added in, and I'm running the Audi touring class car. They added these in with, I want to say, one of the last updates, so the last big update. I did this in another video where I was running this particular setup, and I quite honestly kind of like it. So let's get into it. I'm currently using still the GTDD Pro, and that's just because I've got it on the rig, and it's not horrible. I mean, Fanatec themselves are crap, but the equipment isn't bad. So getting into the video, oof, super wide there. We'll start off with positives. Lemans Ultimate is actually dropping today, I guess you could say, since technically it's after midnight and it is the 20th. It's dropping today. Timed release across the world, across the world. Being on the East Coast, for me, that's 7 a.m. So at 7 a.m., I will be logging into Steam so that way I can go ahead and purchase my copy. Now, there is a lot of grumblings because they decided to release this not as a full release, but as a Steam early access game, which is good in a way because, you know, we don't have to sit here and wait for the full release of it. But bad because, I mean, essentially early access is a beta that we're paying for. Because, you know, let's not mince words. The, you know, early access is really just a way for them to sell their game early with promises that it's going to be something when it actually may not. The good part is that we've had history of good early access games. Well, yes, the hype of it did wear off. Pal World was kind of the newest, biggest one that was released on early access, and I think a lot of it stemmed from the drama that it would cause with Nintendo and Game Freak, or the Pokemon Company, over the fact of how similar what it is to Pokemon, and all the drama that ensued, where, you know, it seemed, you know, the more Nintendo or Game Freak, the Pokemon Company, said anything, the more people decided, hey, you know what, we just want to screw Nintendo, so we're gonna go ahead and buy it. I did not personally purchase it. I am lucky to have Game Pass, and because I do have Game Pass, it was a free download. I downloaded it on the Xbox. I also downloaded it on my PC. I actually haven't really put much time into it, but it doesn't seem like a bad game. Either way, enough of the history of early access. So Lemans Ultimate from the from, I think it's Studio 397, the same studio that does, I believe it's R Factor 2, is dropping Lemans Ultimate today. And, you know, what some people are saying, some of the bigger YouTubers, they got early access keys, is that it's pretty damn good. Some of the funniness of the internet, as always, is you've got people that are calling it R Factor 2 Lemans, which is kind of funny. We'll see. I'll probably try to stream it when I do get some time tomorrow night. I don't know, it'll either be a stream or video, one of the two. I'll have to decide what I actually have time for, but it's actually quite a awaited game. A lot of people are actually also waiting to see what's going to be happening with the announcement of Assetto Corsa 2, which that is highly anticipated. But for right now, what we've got is Lemans Ultimate, and it's shaping up to be a pretty decent title to what, you know, all the sentiment is online. The, you know, all those that have had early access or earlier access. So we'll see. To what I've seen graphically, it looks good, and I'm quite happy that I actually have a pretty decent PC, so I'll be able to go ahead and put it through its paces, you know, at high resolution, well, high-ish resolution settings, but at least high graphical fidelity, you know, so I can run it at ultra, you know, whatever it may have in ultra, and I'll be able to check it out to see if it looks good. I'm hoping the gameplay is, you know, on par. I'm hoping the handling and the force feedback is good. I'm really hoping it doesn't feel arcadey or simcadey like, you know, Gran Turismo or Forza. I'm really hoping it, you know, I'm hoping it's more like R Factor 2, AMS2, Assetto Corsa. Those are quite honestly sims that I really do enjoy the handling and the force feedback, the handling, the overall aesthetic. AMS2 probably is, well, Assetto Corsa is my number one. Then my number two is AMS2, is Automobilista 2. That's my number two. I think third will be ACC, and fourth will be, I think fourth is a tie between R Factor and Race Room Experience. I think those two are tied for fourth for me. And then after that, do I have anything else that I play on? I don't think so. I maybe RENNSPORT, rounds about the end, because graphically it's kind of it's not bad. And the handling is it's okay. With this wheel, it actually feels pretty good. So really, that's that. We'll see. I'm sure that there's going to be lots of buzz, lots and lots of live streams happening, very early, especially since, by the time I'm getting it, a lot of people have already had it for a few hours. So there'll be that. My next topic is going to be, all right, so Lemans Ultimate was a high point. I guess a low point will be more Fanatec. They are still in the same predicament, and quite honestly, I think it's gotten to a point where people are just fed up and not talking about it anymore, or not as much. The outcry is kind of died down a bit. It's really not being mentioned in any more YouTube videos. I mean, really, I myself am sitting here trying to debate, do I really make another video about this, or do I just tack it on to a video I'm already doing? Because quite honestly, we're to the point where we have to know that Fanatec is, or I mean, they've already been made aware of the situation, and quite honestly, it just seems like they've decided to say fuck it, and we're just gonna go about business as normal. In a lot of my Fanatec videos, usually at least 1 or 2 a day, someone leaves a comment about how they've been waiting since Black Friday, since December, since January, early January. If you look at a lot of the videos, actually, I think I saw a video posted earlier today, where Fanatec was kind of unboxing the DD Extreme, and a lot of the comments under that were like, how tone deaf can you be? Have you sorted out your shipping issues? Really, it's just post after post after post of people, like, Fanatec, what the hell? And quite honestly, I fully agree with them. To the point where just the other day, I actually left a comment under one of their videos, because quite honestly, I don't want to let this go. We need to keep it out there, so that way it's just the sticking point in Fanatec's side. If people stop talking about this, it gets swept under the rug and people forget about it. And they actually answered my comment where, they're working hard to try this, which I guess they're stepping in the right direction, especially acknowledging the issues and to answer, me back. And it's something, but still, so many people, like I said, that they're still in the same boat. And quite honestly, I really do sympathize for those people. It's, it sucks, it really does, but there's really not much more we can do. I'm going to continue on. If I can give a voice to those that don't have the voice, I'm gonna try and do that. I'm also no longer, like I've said before, equipment from Fanatec I'm not purchasing. Anything that I may want, I'll do secondhand. If for some strange reason and some alignment to the planets, and hell hath frozen over, and Fanatec decides that they want to reach out to me and work together on a video, and they want me to review any equipment, I'm not going to say no, for the simple fact of it's an opportunity to get hands on new equipment that a lot of you may have questions about. What's its quality, how well does it work, who may not want to spend the money on it at the moment until you kind of get a better opinion. And also, just it gets views. It really does. Fanatec hardware gets views, and there are some people that are willing to wait until whenever to get it. And listen, if you're in that position, more power to you, buddy. You know, you do what you got to do. And if I'm able to at least give you some info, some extra info that you could use to whether or not you want to make your buying decision, then hey, you know, even better. But that's really the latest in Fanatec. I mean, they have secretly not released anything new that I know of other than the DD Extreme. That was the last real thing. So there's nothing new on that front. On a high note, we are about 6 days or so from the Turtle Beach Velocity 1 race shipping. Unfortunately, I still have not heard from Turtle Beach whether or not that's something I'm going to be lucky enough to review. I don't know if I can personally pay for another wheelbase. I'll have to try to see what kind of magic I can work. I don't really push the Patreon much, so there's no donations or anything there. So I've got to see exactly how I can get this to happen. But I really do want to review that wheelbase for you, just because of, you know, all the info that has come out. They did release a new video, a little short, you know, highlighting the product, and it looks like there's a little, they put a little window right on top, just above where the direct drive motor is, and what they call the K drive. And so they put it right on there, right over where it says K drive, I guess, to kind of make it look cool. Really, they haven't shown much more, which is shocking. Well, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Shocking for me, because I would think, you know, you'd want everybody to know exactly what's up with the hardware, you know, to kind of, you know, get that want out there. But at the same time, you know, I can understand you want to play it close to the chest just in case, you know. So we'll see. I'm more than sure on day one, Boosted Media is gonna have their video. Probably a few other YouTubers like Geek Street, and I'm trying to think of who else that does besides sim racing. They do consumer electronics, and they have seem to have good relationships, or, you know, very high sub counts, so they get the good stuff, not like me with, you know, well, I'm not gonna sound petty. We are at 376 subs. Thank you, everyone. I greatly appreciate all of you subbing to my videos. I am floored. I'm floored just by, you know, the fact that we've gone this far, you know. And yes, I am trying to see if we can get this sub count a little bit higher by, you know, I do really want to hit the 500 count by the end of February. And quite honestly, it's the 20th. We still have about another 9 days, I think, because February's 29th. We're in a leap year, so we've got another 9 days to do it, and it's totally possible. I guess I would have to make that super viral video that, you know, everyone will just be like, oh my god, he's so awesome, he's so funny, let me sub to him. Cross my fingers, hope. So we're getting close, but, you know, Turtle Beach is dropping that soon, and I'm sure videos will be out there, and I'm gonna try to see if I can get a hold of it, so that way I can bring you videos, you know, as early as possible, because I know it's something that everyone is actually quite eager to see, just because another player in the space is a good thing. It really is. It helps drive competition, helps drive down prices, it helps drive innovation. I mean, look at Cammus with their C5. I mean, there's no other wheelbase like the C5 out there, and, you know, Cammus has ingenuity on lock with that one. But yeah, so having an extra player in the space is a good thing, you know. I'm happy to have it, and I'll be happy to review it to let you guys know what I think, and hopefully it's something good. If it's something bad, then we can just kind of chalk it up to, hey, you know what? It's their first foray into the sim world, and maybe the next one will be better. So a high note there with the Turtle Beach being released soon. My next high note, well, my next story to talk about, which is a high note, is the Cammus C5. And quite honestly, I love the Cammus C5. If I did not have to review so many different wheelbases, if I just had to get one wheelbase and leave it connected to my rig, and that was the only one that I was going to use for some time, and console compatibility wasn't an issue, because for me console compatibility is an issue, the C5 quite honestly would be that unit that I would just leave attached to my rig and just use. The main reason I say this is, for me, while having different wheels for different driving styles for some people is a must, I've noticed that for me, GT3 and touring car racing is pretty much all I do. And quite honestly, most of those tend to have D-shaped wheels. The yoke formula style wheels are kind of nice, but like I said, for the driving I do, it's not a necessity. And quite honestly, the force feedback and the power is so good on that one wheel that I can get past the fact that I can't change the wheel out. I can get past the fact that aesthetically it may not be as pleasing as some people would want, but quite honestly, it's not an ugly setup. It's not an ugly wheel or wheelbase. You know, I mean, in fact, it's an extremely innovative design that has been copied by no one else. And it proves that, you know, you can think out of the box and be different and be good. You know, because a lot of people are going to sit there and, oh, that was not good. That was not good. A lot of people are going to sit there and be like, oh, it's a weird design with that motor. You know, it's so small, it's so weird, you're not going to be able to get power out of it. Nope. It's rated at 5. Quite honestly, it feels way stronger than 5. I can tell you, I've got pretty much the PXN, the Moza R5, the GTDD Pro. These are all 5 Newton meter wheelbase. Well, no, the PXN is 6. Everything else is a 5 Newton meter wheelbase. That Cammus C5 feels stronger than all of those. Quite honestly, that Cammus C5 feels like the PXN V12 DDS that I was using at one point, that I had before I had to send it back, unfortunately. And not send it back because of it, well, there was an issue. I'd send it back because I couldn't keep 2 bases at that time. I couldn't afford it, so I had to decide between the V12 Lite and the V12 10 Newton meter. So I ended up going with the 6 Newton meter one, not the 10. But it felt as strong as the 10 did when I was running it at 8 Newton meters. And that's mainly because my Next Level Racing Challenger rig, at the time, the way it was with the center post wheel plate, it wasn't as stiff as you would expect or need. So it really wasn't all that great for anything above 5 or 6 Newton meters. It just really, it wobbled. It had too much slop. That's, I think, a better word to use in the wheel deck, that it absorbed too much of the force feedback. And I did notice quite how strong a lot of the other wheelbases were. Once I went to a more solid and rigid wheel deck. So the Cammus C5, quite honestly, to me, for 250 bucks is one of those wheelbases that if you have a chance to try it, you need to try it. And quite honestly, it's good. It's really, really good. I would love to try it with the pedals, just mainly so I can try it on console with my resolution. But I still haven't gotten pedals. That's a thing that I've just been trying to work with Cammus themselves, but you know, it's just really been a back and forth. I'm not exactly sure what's happening there, but the wheelbase itself, I can tell you, is great. And if you have a set of pedals that you already like, you know, even better. If you're on like, if you like your Logitechs, or have you done any spring upgrades to your Logitechs, to your G29 or G25 or G27 pedals, and you like to keep them and you really don't have a lot of money to upgrade to a new setup, you know, 250 bucks, that's a really good price tag. Keep your pedals, keep your shifter, keep everything else. Just change out that gear driven drive, like the G29 or maybe one of the inexpensive Thrustmasters. Pay the 250 and get a actual direct drive with really good force feedback for 250 bucks, and Bob's your uncle right there. Quite honestly, you can stay with that for quite some time. I have a feeling that you wouldn't have to upgrade, you know, for a while. At least wheels. Pedals, that's a different story. I can honestly tell you that a load cell will do wonders. A load cell in itself will go ahead and shave time off of your time. We'll shave time off of your laps. I've seen that. So that's that with the Cammus. And let's see, anything else? I really think that's about it. As you see, I've been going around this track quite a bit. I've been able to drop my times, as you saw from the beginning, where I was doing a 133. I'm now, I think, averaging in the 128 or so, you know, and that's really as I get more comfortable with this track. And the load cell brake pedal is just something that makes you consistent. You build that muscle. You see, I ended up talking all that smack. Oh, it makes you consistent, and I smack the wall. So it helps build that muscle memory, which then builds consistency, which consistency helps lower lap times. You know, that's not me saying that. That's not my opinion. That is actual fact. It's actual fact that a load cell brake pedal helps you build consistency, and consistency is what lowers your lap times. There's just no going about that. You know, there's lots of things people can argue. People can argue, you know, do direct drives do anything? Do different shaped wheels do anything? Shifters, this or that, ergonomics, do any of that do anything? You know, what's the one thing that you can do that is actual quantifiable proof? And that's a load cell. A load cell is that one item that you get, and as you practice with it, you get better. You know, wheels, yes, you know, direct drives will give you a little bit more definition and fidelity, road feel. The better direct drives that have better motors, more power, you know, they don't clip as often. When you're in a situation where you're pulling a little bit more torque than you normally would, a higher torque wheelbase can provide better constant feedback, and in turn then, you know, give you a little bit better road feel than maybe some of the weaker ones. But that load cell brake pedal is that one thing that nobody can say it doesn't help. No one can say that. You know, there's arguments for direct drives there are no arguments for load cells. Like, there's nobody that's gonna tell you, oh yeah, don't do a load. No, you know, it's like, if you're happy with your wheel, get a load cell. If you're on console, that can prove to be a little bit difficult, but if you're on PC, whew, the sky's the limit. There's so many options. So, you know, there's that. I really like this Audi. This Audi handles really nice. So guys, that is pretty much it. As always, I thank each and every single one of you that take the time out of your day to watch my videos. You do not understand the amount of pride and honor that I feel when I see, you know, the views where people are actually watching, and when you comment, it just it's makes me very, very happy and very, very proud that, you know, I'm doing something that's helping the community. I try to give my as unbiased opinion as possible. I also try to give you just my opinion, only what I'm thinking and what my thought process is. I'm not sitting there trying to sway you. I'm not sitting there trying to, you know, run PR lines like someone bought me. It's really what I think and what I feel about a product, a company, a sim title. And I give you the information that I myself would look for when I'm online searching for stuff. You know, there's very few YouTubers that I will watch when it comes to sim racing. When it comes to information, Mike at Sim Racing 604, he has some great videos. Barry at Sim Race Garage, I'm so sorry that he's not doing videos anymore, but when you wanted technicals of something, that's the place to go to. Random Call Sign, that's another YouTube channel that I really enjoy, and that's mainly because when I watch his videos and I listen to him speak, his thought process is very similar to mine. So what he says resonates with me, just because it's well thought out and logical, you know. And I am I agree to it, you know, like it matches with me. Let me see who else. Dan the Man DiMaggio. All of these people, I'm gonna send them shout outs and link them in the description so you can check them out. Dan the Man DiMaggio, another one who I watch his videos, and he's kind of a chatterbox like me and can go off for a long time on the subject, and I thoroughly enjoy his videos. Also, entertainment value, Matt Malone, I really do like his videos. He's really funny, you know. Just to like kind of watch some racing, I'll watch his stuff. And Dave Cam, you know, two YouTubers that are super funny. Dan Suzuki's another one who's just awesome and really informative in his videos. And Will at Boosted Media, I mean, everybody watches Boosted Media, so I mean, is there really a need to mention, you know, the man himself there? There's just so many, you know, good quality sim YouTubers that are out there that will give you really good, solid, you know, thoughts and opinions. And if you're considering anything, watch as many videos as you can. You know, don't just watch my videos, watch their videos, watch all the videos you can find, even from smaller, more independent YouTubers that, you know, maybe did a video because they bought a particular piece of hardware and they love it and they want to sing it from the rooftops. Because you get a lot of videos where people, you know, want to sit there and badmouth something that they bought and sucks, in which, hey, you know what, something you should do. But at the same time, you know, you don't really get a lot of people that'll sit there and make videos when stuff is awesome and it's the greatest thing they've ever used. You know, you might get one or two, but you don't get it too often. So, you know, those are all other YouTubers to watch that have really good content, you know, and to be in the same space as them makes me happy. And you guys, you know, watching, I love it. Thank you so much. You don't understand what it means to me. You really don't. And so here's my heartfelt thank you. And we're at 35 minutes. So I'm gonna end this video, and I will talk to you guys probably later today with a Lemans Ultimate video, whether it be a live stream or just a video. You'll see me then. So for now, I'm going to say thank you everyone for watching. I'm truly honored. Don't forget, smash that like button. Smash that sub button, please, because the sub button, that's what's really, I mean, your views help dramatically, but please sub. I really want to grow this community. I want a bigger following, just so that way it helps me bring you more stuff, you know, more reviews, more hardware. And don't forget to hit that notification bell, really, so that way you know when I'm dropping the videos. And let me pull over here so then that way I can go ahead and be out of here properly. So with that, guys, thank you very much. Let's back out this real quick. I greatly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace.